Hello everyone and welcome to a new MechLord video. Today we're going to be talking about Rush Duels. I didn't expect to be recording a new video so soon, but Konami and their infinite gentleness has given us a free Rush Duel structure containing all of these cards, which is actually pretty impressive. Structures usually contains only one copy of each of the good cards and then you have to buy the other ones, but this product is entirely free. And I feel like this is a great way to incentivize people to try out Rush Duels and have some fun in what is objectively the better Duel Links format at the moment. So let's review the cards in this structure together. We have battle-tested Gaia the Fierce Knight, which is a monster that you can tribute summon by tributing one face-up level 5 or higher monster, instead of tributing 2 because it's a level 7, and for the cost of sending the top card of your deck to the graveyard, this card's name becomes Gaia the Fierce Knight this turn, and then you can fusion summon by using this card on the field and a monster from your field or graveyard as materials. You shuffle them into the deck, which allows you to access your fusion monsters, including and actually limited to Gaia the Dragon Champion. Now the Greyest doesn't really do anything. Swift Gaia the Dragon Champion, which has a pretty impressive effect of sending the top card of your deck to the graveyard to get piercing for this turn, and also if you don't have any cards in hand, you get to draw a card, which is actually kind of cool. And of course Gaia Conqueror of Champion, who is a magical knight, unlike the previous two which were dragons for some reason. Gaia Conqueror of Champions, on the turn that it is summoned, you can shuffle one monster from your graveyard into your deck in order to either attack directly or pop a back row that your opponent controls. So, pretty strong effect. The stat line is the same on all three of these monsters. And yeah, it's really cool that you can access these fusion monsters easily, simply by sending cards to your graveyard, which you can do with Rising Light Angel Essel, which just mills you for 2, and if you happen to go second and activate this effect on your first turn, you get to revive something, which is also pretty neat. There's also Swift Gaia the Fierce Knight. Just the guy with the Gaia stat line, his name is not even considered Gaia, but you can use it to summon Swift Gaia the Dragon Champion. I don't think you can use it to summon these because these specifically require Gaia the Fierce Knight, which is not included. No, there's one copy. There is one copy here, and I think this card is free to play, much like Curse of Dragon, both of which you can get at the card trader, if I'm not mistaken. And then for the new cards, we also have Change Slime Dragon Champion mode. So one of the weirder cards out there. I don't know why this card specifically was chosen to be part of the Gaia archetype, but sure. By returning a non-fusion monster from your graveyard to the deck, you get to fusion summon using a level 7 warrior monster, like one of them Gaias, and a level 5 dragon monster, like, well, Curse of Dragon, from your hand or field to the graveyard. That's a pretty cool effect. It's just a polymerization, which is also included. It's not the same as fusion. This one allows you to use monsters from your hand, and also it's a legend, so it's kind of hard to access, except for the skill that is also being given for free with this deck. The skill in question is Chivalrous Celerity. Can be activated if all the monsters with 1600 or more attack in your constructor deck are monsters with 2300 attack and 2100 defense, so the Gaia stat line, or level 5 or lower dragon type normal monster. So you can play Curse of Dragon. I think you can also play the other level 5 dragon guy. That's a normal. I think you can play Fire Dragon. I'm not too sure, and I'm going to go try because there's no real point to. Anyway, as for the skill effect, send one noble monster from deck to the graveyard to make one face-up level 5 or higher monster on your field gauge 600 attack. You can use this skill any amount of times per duel, but the following part you can only use once per duel. Then you can add one normal monster and or one polymerization from your deck and or graveyard to your hand. And this is a really strong effect that allows you to access your fusions super easily, so as long as you summon one of the fusion materials. Generally the Curse of Dragon is probably going to be the easiest one to summon. So this is what we are working with, and this is what I came up with. It is a slight upgrade over the warrior-centric version of the deck that was using Avian Spell Tactic as the back row removal of choice. I know that there is another version that's more about using low-level dragons as well as Dragon's Inferno in order to get rid of back row. I not sure which of these two versions is best at the moment. However, what I do know is that Monster Calling is the greatest card in the deck, bar none. This card is absolutely insane, but it is only available in the new mini box. So maybe you're lucky, you can pull it quickly. I pulled it in my first 10. Maybe you can get it with the free packs that you get just by playing ranked. This card is amazing, and I would probably play more copies if I managed to get my hands on some. The rest of the deck is pretty much the same. We're playing the Samurai guys in order to maybe access Hero of the Kin and Crescent Moonstone Master, but that's copium. That has never happened to me so far. We're also playing 1-star Restart, which can technically revive a Curse of Dragon, which if you're lucky you can tribute for battle-tested Gaia. Not too convinced about that either, but I'm trying different versions, and hopefully this deck can be optimized by smarter players in the upcoming days. Another recommendation I would make though is to put Talismanic Seal Array in your deck, because the Gaia monsters peak at 2600 attack, and even the other monsters in your deck are at 2600 maximum without using the scale. It is really important that you do have a reliable way to beat over a much stronger monster. Say you're facing a Cyberhand Dragon or Ragnarok, what do? You can't just concede on the spot, you have to find a way to win. Anyway, that is the deck that I'm going to be playing. Let's take a look at a couple of replays, but first I would like to invite you to like this video, comment what are your thoughts on this deck and the Rush Duel format as a whole. Is this free product enough to get you to play Rush if you weren't playing before? Let me know in the comments. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't already. If you'd like to support me further, may I direct you to my Ko-fi page where you can support me with a one-time donation or a monthly pledge. And I would like to take this opportunity to thank my Ko-fi donators in the form of Dingus, Zinnia, Boy 0, Jimmy, Yannick, Seal, Mark Lu, Fortunello 16, Orc Price, Abysacta Guru, and Exorcist. Thank you all for the support, I really appreciate it. Now on to the replays. This first replay is going to be against Light Galaxy, a deck with a very strong OTK potential. However, in this scenario, I am going to be the one doing the OTK. I'm pretty proud of this replay for this very reason. I think it does a great job showcasing just how explosive this deck can be. So, my opponent is going to set one monster and then 3 back row and pass. Not the most impressive turn 1, but considering the deck they're on, it makes a lot of sense. I'm going to top deck Essel because I'm really good at the game. Revive the Curse of Dragon, tribute it for the battle-tested Gaia. Battle-tested Gaia is going to mill a regular Gaia and then fuse itself with the Curse of Dragon in my graveyard in order to summon Gaia Conqueror of Champions. Gaia Conqueror of Champions is going to pop a back row, which is going to turn out to be an Universal Storm. Then I'm going to activate the scale in order to boost it, get a Parley to my hand from basically free. Normal summon the Samurai, normal summon the Gaia, the Fierce Knight, and then use Change Slime on my field in order to fuse the Gaia that I tribute summoned with the Curse of Dragon in my hand. I don't want to use Polymerization because there's no real point to. I can set the Parley, I can activate the Gaia, activate Piercing, and then I'm going to attack. My opponent is going to activate Card Restoration to draw 5 cards, but they only have 1 monster, so they only get 200 life points, and then this is lethal. This is just lethal. Wow. Two fusion summons were conducted this turn, none of which using a fusion spell. I think it's kind of funny. And in this replay, we are going to play the mirror match. That's actually kind of cool that we do get to play the mirror match in this duel, if I remember correctly. So I'm going to go second this time around. Not the greatest hand, but we make do. My opponent's gonna draw, set, and then summon a Dragorite, an Arcane Summoning Flute. Tribute both to set something. At this point, I don't know that it's the mirror. I'm thinking, maybe it's an AGG. Whatever, I'm still gonna go for it. Normal summon the Curse of Dragon, one of my absolute favorite card design-wise. This card looks so sick. I've always liked it, even as a child. I'm not sure why. I'm gonna activate the scale to get both Parley and Gaia, the Fierce Knight, to my hand in order to then summon Swift Gaia, the Dragon Champion. Set 3, activate the skill to get Piercing, and I'm going to get Monster Calling, the best card in the deck. And turned out that they were setting Battle-Tested Gaia, the Fierce Knight. So maybe not the card that you want to set on your first turn. Maybe it would have just been better for them to just set 3 and pass. They're gonna Wing Dragon and into Dragon's Inferno to pop my Star Restart, then get the second battle-tested Gaia in order to summon their Gaia, Conqueror of Champions. And then Light Sorcerer of Sanctity is going to be the last card in their hand. Also a really good card in order to reduce a monster's attack and allow you to get the edge when battling your opponent. So they're going to be able to destroy my Swift Gaia, the Dragon Champion, with their Gaia Conqueror, and then attack directly with the other thingy. Unfortunately for them, I drew the best card in the deck in the form of Monster Calling. Now, this bit of sequencing was a bit complicated for me, because I'm not really smart. I'm going to revive the Gaia Tribute for the battle-tested Gaia, and then Fusion Summon a Gaia Conqueror of Champions of my own. I'm going to use it in order to pop my Unspoiled Factor, and at this stage I haven't used my skill yet, so I can use this little bit to my advantage in order to get some more cool new stuff going on. I'm going to tribute the slime for the Curse of Dragon. Not the best use of the slime ever, but enough to clear my opponent's field. Really proud of this. Probably could have done a lot better, all things considered. My opponent is going to go on the offensive, defensive rather here, because they don't have any more stuff to attack me with. So I'm going to tribute the Curse of Dragon for the third battle-tested, shuffle these two back into the deck. I think this guy just returns itself to the deck, which is insane. Basically means that you can use it infinitely if you happen to have good mills and enough fusion monsters, of course. I'm going to give this guy piercing, and then I'm going to give my skill, use my skill to give it more attack, rather. I can't use the Gaia Conqueror of Champions effect to attack directly, because it's only on the turn when it's summoned. That's kind of a shame, but I can still clear their board, did massive amounts of damage to them. My opponent is going to mount one last offensive with the Star Replacer, an absolutely fantastic card, bringing back the Archfiend Charming Fluke that they can flip summon. Well, I'm not sure why they're going to go for this one in specific. They're going to summon the Swift Gaia, the Fierce Knight, get a Polymerization added to their hand, return a Gaia, the Fierce Knight, to the hand, which means that they're going to be able to fusion summon for a Swift Gaia, the Magical Dragon Champion. It's not called magical or anything, I'm just confusing it with the actual TCG cards. Isn't it weird that there's so many, like, Gaia cards? I get that this is, like, a nostalgia archetype, but is it really the most nostalgia-esque archetype that was, like, worthy of getting so much support in Speed and Rush Duel? I don't know. Anyway, my opponent is going to realize that I can't really beat over the board that I have produced, so they're just going to let the timer run out and lose the duel shamefully instead of conceding gracefully. And that will be it for today's video. Thank you for watching. I hope you appreciated the deck, and I hope that you will give Rush Duels a try, because it is, like I said, the better of the two formats at the moment. Thank you for watching the video once again, everyone. Like I said, like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. Check out my Ko-fi if you want to support me further. Take care, and I will see you all next time.